Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kyla and today I am putting my own spin on read it or unhaul it. Just a small disclaimer, the first half of this video has mediocre audio. I completely forgot to turn my mic on. The audio will improve in the second half, but I just thought I'd let you know. So there's a few things that I need to preface before we actually get into the video. How this read it or unhaul it will work is all of the books that I am unsure whether I want to keep or not, I'm going to read the first chapter of every single one and make my decision from there. Secondly, I do have books that I know for sure I am getting rid of. The reason that I'm doing all of this is because I feel as though I have a lot of books on my bookshelf that I know I'm never going to read, and a lot of them have been on there for a few years where I'm like, am I ever actually going to read them? So the reason that I'm doing it now is because there are a lot of bookshops that are actually taking donations for books for charities this Christmas, and I really want to be able to donate books to them. So I have a list of books that I know 100% that I am going to be donating, and then I have a list that I'm going to be reading the first chapter of to see whether I will read it or not, and obviously if it's not, I will be donating that book. This is so I can cut down my physical TBR and actually read books that I know I'm going to like. This year, my physical TBR has skyrocketed. I used to be I will just buy when I need a new book. This year, that has changed. And I've been buying books like crazy. So next year I have set myself a goal. I can only buy books that I have read on Kindle or Audible that I want as a trophy that I do not currently have physically, or if I'm buying the rest of the books in a series. So for example, I have the first book of the Book of Azrael. I do not have the rest of them. I really want to read it, but I have a problem where I buy the first book in a series because I'm like, well, if I don't like it, then I wouldn't have wasted all my money on the whole series. But because I don't have the whole series, I don't read it anyway. So that is majoritively the reason that I'm doing this next year, because I really want to read the series that I have on my shelf, but I only have like the first book in the series. So today we are doing my own spin on the read it or unhaul it. I'm going to start off by going through the books that I know 100% that I am donating. One of my friends did actually want a few of them, so I'm going to give a few to her. We'll go through those first. Okay, so I have my little list on my little notepad. So firstly, my friend wants the first 3 books in the Infatuated Fae series by Janine O'Reilly. I did enjoy the first one, and I think I sort of enjoyed the second one. But the fact that this is like, I think 5 books long now, I can't handle it. And I think that if this was maybe a trilogy, I could maybe get behind it, but I can't. But she wants it, and I think that she will enjoy this series a lot more than I will. So we are also going to ignore the fact that my nails are horrendous. I need to get them done, and I will, so bear with me in this video, please. Now, the next books. People are gonna get mad at me, but I know that I am not going to continue this series. I only read the 3rd book because I had FOMO and I hated it. I did not enjoy it. I was bored out of my mind. So this author planned it originally as a trilogy, and I think it should have stayed that way because now she is trying to lengthen the plot and stretch it out, and I am bored. I'm not going to keep reading it. I don't care for it as much as other people, so I would much rather somebody who cares about the series to own the series rather than myself. It's the Fourth Wing series, so I am giving this to her along with the sprayed edge hardcover edition of Fourth Wing. I love the sprayed edge. This was, I think, one of my first special editions, but after the first book I just didn't care anymore. This series holds no special place in my heart. Relinquishing my hold over these books feels quite freeing because I just don't care, and if I don't have them in my possession anymore, I won't get the FOMO to read the next book when it comes out. So I had Fourth Wing and I had Iron Flame when Onyx Storm came out, and I think that kind of made me feel like I had to, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself through that again because I just can't be bothered. It bores me, and I know a lot of people are going to be mad about that, but reading is subjective. My friend will love these so much more than I will, so these are going to her. And lastly, I feel like a terrible friend because my best friend got me this for Christmas, but I just know I am never going to read this. It is nowhere near my alley, and I just don't ever find myself even remotely thinking about reaching for Her Soul to Take by, is it Harley LaRoe? Yeah, Harley LaRoe. I feel terrible, but I know this friend will appreciate this book so much more than I will. But I also know my tastes, and she does too. She was just trying to like show me different genres, but this genre I know is not for me. This is the stack going to my friend. I just know that she will appreciate these books a lot more than I will. So I'm very, very glad that I was able to find somebody for these. Thank you very much for taking these off my hands. I'm actually going to put a sticky note on top of that stack so I know what stack is what, so I can keep it all not confusing, because I don't want to give all of the books to one place. I want to be able to spread them around a few places so I can put little notes. I also asked over on my Instagram story some of the bookstores that are doing this, so I'll be contacting them. Now we're going to move on to the books that I know 100% for sure that I am donating. These were either books that I bought that I have no idea why I bought them and I definitely won't be reading them, or books that I have read and I just don't really care for, either that I DNF'd or I don't love. So I don't really want to take from my romance shelf because it's so small, but I know for a fact that I'm never ever going to finish the Delicious Players Club. Like, I will keep Neon Gods because I really enjoyed that, and while I did like these, I know for a fact I'm not finishing this series, and I haven't even read Eyes on Me. I've only read these two, so these are going in a pile. I think the rest up here are pretty good. I am not getting rid of any of these. I don't know if you can see over here, but I don't think I'm getting rid of any of my sci-fi dystopian either. Moving over to this thriller shelf, Villain, I did not enjoy. I actually feel like I finished this one. I also don't really want to get rid of books that I've actually finished because it feels wrong. Because I finished it, like I want to be able to show for that, but at the same time, I didn't like it, so maybe someone else will, you know? I hope that this finds the right young reader because I'm way too old to be reading this. I'm also going to put Deadly Occupants into the donation pile. This just wasn't for me. I don't know, I said I might try it again, but I just don't feel myself kind of reaching for it again, so this one's also going into the donation pile. I really don't like reading about books set in Australia, and I'm pretty sure all three of these are set in Australia, but I don't know how I'm going to go with donating this because this is a promotional copy that I don't think I was meant to be given. I am going to be donating all three of these. I got all of these as like the free book that you get at QBD sometimes, so these will be going in the pile. And then I think that's all that I would do for this shelf. I can't remember which Lisa Jewell book I read. It was either The Night She Disappeared or Then She Was Gone, but I've been told she's amazing. Whichever one I read, I did not like, but I'm willing to give her a shot. And if I do end up loving her work, I kind of want to be able to keep the one that I didn't necessarily like, because I keep Frida McFadden's books that I didn't like, and there's like not that many, but a few. So, but I think that's all on this shelf. A lot of these I haven't actually even read. And then my Sarah J Maas shelf, we are good. Moving down, this shelf is pretty good. Everything on this shelf I've either read or I know I 100% am going to read. I don't know how donating goes with books that you've annotated, because I have annotated a few things in Powerless, so I don't know how that necessarily goes, but I would like to donate the entire Powerless series. I haven't read Fearless or Powerful, is that what it's called? I haven't read Fearless or Powerful yet, and I do not plan to, I genuinely do not care for these books whatsoever. I don't want to continue the series. The characters didn't stick with me. The story didn't stick with me. I literally remember nothing from these. So someone will be getting the self-published version of Powerless, even though it is a little bit annotated. Sorry. I talked about this in another video. I enjoyed Heir of Broken Fate, but I don't feel myself wanting to continue the series. So this one again is also a little bit annotated, but this one will also be going to someone else because I just don't feel myself wanting to read the rest of the series, and that's okay. Somebody will love this more than I will. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me. I have decided that Brandon Sanderson is not for me. Mistborn, I got into the first 100 pages and not for me. I just don't think Brandon Sanderson's writing is for me, and that's completely okay. I have the Game of Thrones box set as well, and I do really want to read it, but one of my friends has the first book in the series, so I can't read that yet. This shelf is good. I've read majoritively everything on this shelf except for the Book of Azrael, Babel, the rest of the Poppy War trilogy, and Catabasis. Moving down to here, these are all books that I know I want to read at some point. This one is a maybe. The Crown of Nyaxia series, I only have the first book and the first novella. I don't really care for this series. I feel like I should try it again because it is quite up my alley, but I don't remember it at all. I don't know. I think I will keep these. I don't know, because I've read both of them and I just haven't continued the series. I just don't really remember much and I don't really care, and I'm pretty like, if I read the first book in a series, I get attached to the characters so quickly if I'm going to love the series. So the fact that I remember absolutely nothing and I didn't continue the series is alarming. So what's the first line? Yeah, I think that I will be giving these away. I just feel bad that I'm getting rid of so many books because I've never really unhauled like anything. I think the most amount of books I've unhauled is maybe 5. And I already have 3 stacks down here. I've never really felt myself grabbing for When the Moon Hatched either. I think I'm gonna read the first chapter of this. I don't think I'm going to say 100% yet. I think I'm going to read the first chapter, see how I feel, make a decision then. That's the same for a lot of these books on the bottom. Road to Freedom, I am going to donate. I always said I was going to go back, that it was a soft DNF, and I haven't. So I think that this one I'm going to donate as well. Somebody else will love this more than I will. I have to keep reminding myself of that because otherwise I just feel really bad. That is all of the books that I 100% will be donating. I have 2 stacks. Let me show you. I did just want to jump in and say, if you are looking for a gift for a book lover in your life, Curse of the Seven is a YA fantasy romance that is super fast paced. It has interesting magical world building that people haven't necessarily seen before. We have elemental magic powered by crystal conduits. There is revenge, betrayal, found family, all of the great things that you love in a nostalgic YA fantasy. She is available on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited, and my own website for signed copies, with the second book, Prophecy of the Seven, releasing on the 17th of February next year. Pre-orders will be out very soon for the second one. I would absolutely love to see people opening this on Christmas. I think that would make my heart very, very happy. It is time to choose the first book that we will be reading the first chapter of to see if we will be reading it or unhauling it, donating it, whatever you want to say. I think I'm going to start down the bottom because these books are a lot of the ones that I feel unsure of. So I think we're gonna go with Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. My friend got me this for I think my 19th birthday. I still haven't read it because Cassandra Clare kind of actually scares me. I'm gonna try it and we'll see how it goes. Kind of nervous because I don't even know what this is about, to be honest with you. I love the map. We're gonna read the prologue. It's a long prologue. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously telling me it's this long? The prologue is 37 pages. I will read until here because there's a little break in time. So I'm gonna read till there. Jesus, Cassandra Clare. Way to intimidate me. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let me read the back now, because that was interesting. I'm definitely intrigued. One was raised to rule, one was trained to die. Become the prince's body double? We are keeping this one. Now moving on to Ledge by Stacey McEwen. How long is chapter 1? Let's figure that out first. Okay, this chapter's not that long. We can do that. We start off right in the middle of action. I always love that. Oh, that's so interesting. I think I want to keep this too. Whatever the drop is, I'm obsessed. It really pulls a little bit of stakes into it. I'm assuming there's more. I think I'm gonna keep this. Reading that first chapter has pushed me to want to read this more. Then we have Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I have been wanting to read this for the longest time. Like the longest time. I just haven't because I'm an idiot. So we're going to... Wow. We're going to read the first chapter. It's a bit long. I'm going to read the first page and see how I feel. 100%. I knew I would love this. 100%. Break the curse before it breaks you. 100%. Yes, I'm reading this. Possibly quite soon. Moving on to When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I love Sarah. I think she's so sweet. So I'm really hoping I love this. I feel bad when I have like a connection to people and I'm worried to read their books in case I don't like it. Sarah and I didn't really meet. I kind of was too terrified. I was at the same event as her and I was just too terrified to go up to her because I hadn't read her book. The prologue is pretty short, so let's get into this. Okay, look, it's a lot. I don't know. If I do not reach for this at all next year, I will unhaul it. I know that there's going to be a lot of world building in this. I've been told it is very thick with world building. So I know what I'm getting into, and the prologue was, honestly, it was a lot, but I did process it. I did understand it. I knew what was going on, but it was a lot. So I think it will depend whether the rest of the book is written that way. When you write the lore in the prologue, you do tend to write it a little bit more poetic-y, like your prose is a little bit prettier. So I think I can get into this, but if I do not reach for When the Moon Hatched next year, I will unhaul it so that somebody else can love it. I need to figure out which one of these is the first one. I always get really confused. First book. Found it. I've also had these books on my shelf for a little while, so I do really want to read them. Let's see what I think. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on, but I am here for it. The first chapter is someone begging somebody else to kill them. And then the end is them saying the boy is still alive. What boy? Tell me more, please. This is a yes, 100% yes. In the Hour of Crows by Dana Elmendorf, I have only recently got this book. How long is the prologue? Not like super long, but do I want to read all of that? We'll see how I feel. What? I think I'm really gonna enjoy this. I still have like a few, like 3 pages until I finish the prologue, but I don't need to. I want to keep reading this already. I'm so intrigued. Definitely keeping this. The Isles of Gods by Amy Kaufman. I have also had this on my TBR for quite a while. Let's have a look at the first chapter. Starts 501 years ago. I don't know why he's going to die, but it's like he and everybody else knows he's going to die, and he's the king. I think he's sacrificing himself for something. Interesting prologue, and then it goes to 501 years later. I really want to read this. This sounds really good. I'm so intrigued by this one, and I like the writing style too. I think this one is a definite yes. We only have 5 left to go because the rest on the TBR I know for certain I want to read. So we've got The Tapestry of Time by Kate Hartfield. Let's get into it. Yep, cool, interesting. Nazis are spoken about in the first sentence. What's this actually about? I don't necessarily think I would like to read a book about Nazis. I think this one is going to be an unhaul. I don't feel that pulled to it. Now, moving on to Tapestry by Fiona McIntosh. I went to a book swap on the weekend and this is one of the books that I picked up. The other one is a LGBTQ romance where it's set in film production, I think. And that one I think will be really fun. I'm not entirely sure about this. I know that it is something to do with time travel. Not really up my alley, but we will see. I just don't know if I would like it. Yeah, no, I'm not reading that. Something about breasts and no thank you. The Scarlet Veil is next by Shelby Morin, I think. Whispers from the past still haunt her, a new evil is rising, leaving bodies in its wake, each one decorated with twin puncture wounds in its throat. So this is a vampire book? And the closer he gets, the more tempted she feels to give in to his dark hungers and her own. Seductive, steamy, and satisfying. Oh, I'm not a steamy girl. I don't think this is going to be my vibe. I don't think I would reach for it. So I think this is going to be a unhaul. Into the pile you go. I definitely want to read Wish of the Wicked. 12 Kings by Bradley Bolu. I don't know how to say that. I thrifted this a while ago. $2. $2, people. I have never seen anything before about this. I have a feeling it's going to be similar maybe to Brandon Sanderson, but we will see. The writing is tiny. Can you see that? Probably not, because it's so tiny. I actually don't mind this. I don't mind the writing style. I like this. I actually think I will keep this. The writing is tiny and gonna piss me off, but I think we have a Selena Sardothian in our midst. The White Wolf, that is sick. That's like her fighting name. I'm keeping this. I didn't think I was going to. And then a book that I have read a little bit of and ended up softy and effing because compared to the Shatter Me series, This Woven Kingdom by Tara Murphy is very, very wordy. I've heard people absolutely love this series. Maybe I'm different now and I'll be able to read it. I just remember it being very wordy. No, I'm definitely keeping this. I'm definitely going to give this a go again. I just read like the first page. Something just came out of it. I can read that. And I've heard great things. There are 2 people on Book Talk that I follow who rave about this series, so I need to read it. And I've got a good stack of books I'm giving away, like holy shit. So let's read the first chapter of Then She Was Gone and pray that Lisa Jewell can redeem herself. And then I think that's the last one. I mean, I've done well. I am donating so many books. Okay, how long is the prologue? Oh, so short. The only thing I love about thriller books, well, not the only thing. One of the things I love about thriller books is how short the chapters are. Okay, Lisa Jewell may be redeeming herself. We'll see. It's only the prologue, but I'm going to keep it for now. And that concludes it. I am getting rid of a lot of books. Let me show you. So this stack here with the sticky note on it is going to my friend Lara. Then we have these 2 huge stacks that will be getting donated to bookstores for charities for Christmas. So going to my friend, we have Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroe, the Fourth Wing hardcover with the sprayed edges, Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Then we have How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly, the first book in the Infatuated Fae series. The second one, What Did You Do? And the third one, Where Did You Go? My friend's stack completed. So that is 8 books marked down from my physical TBR or just books on my shelf that I'm never reading again or continuing. Then I have 2 stacks over here to donate to bookstores. I'm very excited about doing this. It's always been something that I've wanted to do but never really had a way to do it. I never used to have this many books. I only really got this many this year. I used to just buy as I was reading. I have bought a lot more books this year. So we have, for donating to bookstores, Heir of Broken Fate by Mads Rafferty, the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. We have the self-published version of Powerless, does have some annotations in it, so does Heir of Broken Fate. Reckless, Powerful, and Fearless. I think I'm going to sort these into categories, so that first pile will be fantasy. So let's continue for fantasy. The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Moran, Road to Freedom by Gabrielle Davis, The Serpent in the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, the first in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, and then The Songbird in the Heart of Stone, also by Carissa Broadbent, which is the first novella. Brandon Sanderson, these were already thrifted. They are not in the best condition, so I'm not too sure if I will donate these for the Christmas. I may put these 2 into a free library just because they aren't in the best condition and it is not great. Somebody did not look after these books. Then we have the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson as well. So we have Mistborn, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages. That is our fantasy stack. There are 12, 13, 14 books in the fantasy stack. I'm going to put these 2 books in their own category because they don't necessarily fit into the other genres that I've kind of got. So we have The Tapestry of Time by Kate Hartfield and Tapestry by Fiona McIntosh. Next up is thrillers. Deadly Occupants by Mads Rafferty. Villain is YA thriller, like very, very YA. But Villain by Adrian Beck. The Wife and the Widow by Christian White, The Cane by Mary Rose Cuskelly, and The Ledge by Christian White. Then we have romance, smut, Half of the Delicious Players Club by Sarah Kate, Praise, The Highest Bidder, and Eyes on Me. I'm gonna count how many books. Please. 32 books. Oh my god. And now my physical TBR, I'm about to count it, but I am not including the series. I have 1 or 2 of them. I'm just going to include what I've physically got on my shelves. Again, next year the rules say I am allowed to buy books that I have read through Kindle or Audible that I would like as a trophy, and I can buy the remaining books in the series if I have the first or the second, but I cannot buy the first. Until, of course, I read every book on my physical TBR. So, let's get to counting. I don't know if I count this whole series because I am probably going to reread the whole thing. So I should probably count the entire thing, right? So there are 71, excluding Game of Thrones, because currently I do not have the first book in the series because a friend has it. But if I include it, my physical TBR is sitting at 77. That means that it would have been over 100 before my unhauling. I did not know that. I did not know I was over 100. I probably won't get through all of these next year then if there is 70, was it 4 did I say? What did I say again? 70 something, because I roughly get through 50 books a year. I think that's pretty good, destashing that many. I am super excited to donate them. I'm going to be getting into contact with some bookstores, doing what I can, but other than that, they will be going around to free libraries and things like that. Thank you so much for joining me for my own rendition of Read It or Unhaul It. I had so much fun doing this, and I'm really glad that I'm able to take books off of my shelf that I know I'm never going to read to then be able to give them to somebody who will really enjoy them. Especially, Christmas time, it's the time to give and the time to just love, and it makes me feel really happy that I'm able to do things like this. So if there are any bookstores that you know that are doing this, send me a message, comment below, do whatever you can, let me know, and I will contact them. Make sure that you stay updated on Instagram because I'll be posting the lives of these books and where they're going and everything like that. But thank you so much for watching. I haven't made a YouTube video in a little while. I've not really been inspired. There's not been a lot of long form content that I've felt inspired to create until this idea came along with my rules for next year, and I wanted to make that. So Thank you guys for sticking around. I cannot wait for more inspiration to strike. Love you. Bye.